Hey everyone, I'm Ari here with Rachel, and we're your hosts for the Merry Writer podcast. And yes, we know it's not a Wednesday, which is our normal day, but we're here with another mini Merry Moment Monday. If you were here for the last one, then you'll know. So why are we having another MMM, which I think we should pronounce
The slogan should be, good books.
Yes, yes, that's what it's going to be. Okay, the mini Merry Moment is happening because our own Rachel is releasing her sequel book. Yay! The first book of the Grim Reaper Files, if you haven't got it, go and get it, is titled Apparitions Anonymous, which released last year. Seriously, if you have not snagged a copy, you need to go and get it. There will be links below and everywhere else I can think to put links. And the sequel, which is wonderfully titled Happily Ever Afterlife, is actually coming out today. I'm not sure what time, because obviously me and Rachel have different time zones, but today or tomorrow, depending on where you are in the world. Rachel, could you tell us about the sequel?
I actually don't know what time it'll release either because the digital copies were available for pre-order. So whenever the publishing platforms decide to make them actually go live, who's to say? Not me. I don't know what I'm doing. But yes, Happily Ever Afterlife releases today, and it is the heartwarming conclusion of the Grim Reaper Files duology, where readers will join the Grim Reaper once again on crossover sessions as they guide newly departed souls to the afterlife. It's set in a seemingly dark place filled with emotional tension that ultimately brings understanding to one's purpose in life. And these emotional stories will hopefully leave readers thinking, feeling bittersweet, and ultimately satisfied by the end. One major theme is grief for yourself and for others, and it just showcases how important it is to live in the moment and not take life for granted. Happily Ever Afterlife is the sequel no one asked for, including myself. And this collection of short stories delves into the Grim Reaper's existential crisis that I accidentally gave them during Apparitions Anonymous, and I felt it wasn't fair to leave them hanging. I wanted to send the Grim Reaper off with a satisfying ending. And you can get it at Amazon and most retailers. It's available digitally and in paperback. And you can also get the digital version on my Ko-fi page for a discounted price, which is ko-fi.com/Rachel Poley.
Yes, and it's always good to get it from things like Ko-fi because I think more of the profits go back to you. So yes, we're always very supportive of things like that. I read the first book and I was kind of like, it shocked me how much it hit regarding the sensations of grief and loss. It really made you think in a really different way. I knew what it was about. And I thought, well, I've suffered death in my life. I might have some sensations. I was shocked at how it hit me. So I'm actually looking forward to this, probably ripping my heart out a little bit more. But I actually am looking forward to this next one. Kind of want to learn a little bit more about the Grim Reaper and how they're going to deal with this kind of crisis within. I do like the idea of that. And since it's out in October, which is really close to Halloween, awesome, it would make a great Christmas gift because we're getting into that time where you need to start thinking about buying gifts. Or, you could just treat yourself because, you deserve it. That's what this is about. Understanding that you out there listening, you deserve more books. We all deserve more books. So get out there and buy it.
Good books.
If you are listening to this on YouTube, you should be able to see the gorgeous cover that was released. So have a quick look at that. If you're not on YouTube, then go over and have a look. Or better yet, go and buy it. And then you can see the cover in person. Isn't that good? I did have a question, but Rachel actually kind of answered it for me. I was going to ask if there was any more books in the series, but apparently this is a duology, and she's kind of like cutting it off. Because if it was me, I'd be like, I need more. I just need more. And Rachel is smart enough to like, no, calm down. I've got other things to write.
Well, like I said, it wasn't even supposed to have a sequel in the beginning, but I will say that while I was writing Happily Ever Afterlife, I did come up with more ideas. I almost created a third book, but I decided, no, that's too much. However, there is one final thought that has been nagging me, so I might write a separate, like a companion short story, but I don't really know how I'm going to go about releasing that because it would only make sense if you've read Happily Ever Afterlife. So I don't know when I'm going to write this short story, and I don't know how I'll be releasing it, but there might be another little nugget of the Grim Reaper Files.
Oh, maybe you'd have to make an omnibus set, or like a hardback omnibus with like all three of them together, and make it like funky sprayed edges, a really cool like Grim Reaper on the side. artwork inside. You see, I'm just like, this is the sort of thing I love. I like extra good stuff with a few extra pictures and it make it a collector's item. Make it collectors.
Why do we do this to each other? We always give each other such great ideas, but it ultimately makes more work for the other person. But that's a really good idea. I'll keep that in my back pocket.
Seriously, I think it's because I'm seeing a lot more of books coming out where they've got like they're releasing it something maybe a hardback, but rather than just a hardback, it's like a hardback with extra pictures in, or a hardback with additional matter at the back, or like really beautiful inter and outer covers and like sprayed edges and like embossing and things like that, and like holograms. Yeah, I think you should do that. Do that, do that.
I will. I probably will.
We do this a lot. We like to give ourselves more work because we don't have enough work, apparently, between writing and editing and podcasting and all the other things you have to do in life that apparently are quite important too. But yeah, okay, Rachel, have you got anything else to say?
No, I think that's it. I'm terrible at marketing myself. Essentially, Happily Ever Afterlife, it is a quick read, so please get it. It'll help me out a lot. And you don't necessarily have to read Apparitions Anonymous before reading Happily Ever Afterlife. It does help if you want to get a better understanding of the Grim Reaper and the world it's set in, but for the most part, you can kind of read the two books as standalones.
But if you can and you haven't read the first one, get the first one and the second one together. Treat yourself double.
I concur.
And Rachel's right, she is terrible at marketing. You have to drag this stuff out of her sometimes. Anyway, we're going to keep this short because it wouldn't be a mini merry moment if it was any longer. But do please go and check out Rachel's new book, visit all her social medias, pop over to her coffee page, and browse through her website. She's been doing updates, so go and have a look. Just do all the things, okay? Just do all the things. We will obviously make sure there's links everywhere. And as always, your support is appreciated. And we will be back on Wednesday with our regular scheduling in. Until then, thanks for listening. Bye. P.S. Buy the book.